Beautiful day in the spring for another edition of Not a Mechanic. That's right, we're working on the truck today. Mostly going to try to do some work on the old interior here because look at that sumbitch. Yeah, Billy's custom cover-up Fargo did that. It's going to be the best looking thing in the fucking truck. So yeah, I'm going to try to get some interior put together so we can get that stuck in there so I don't screw that up because it's sitting on the floor. Plus, I'll feel like I maybe got something accomplished if I do that. Stay tuned. The first thing we're going to do a little patchwork in here. I am not going to re-weld in the entire floors here, but I do have a significant hole. What we're going to do, we're going to drill that out, and then we're going to just try to put a rubber grommet plug in there and hope to hell my half-ass job works. Not a mechanic. All right, kids, welcome to another edition of, better open that sliding door. All right, another edition of Not a Mechanic. All right, so whilst you were away and while I was doing things and not putting things directly on Snapchat, we got ourselves some meats. Painted them rims. A little as the old vice grip garage guy would say. Got my supplies for the afternoon, waters and Zions. Today on Not a Mechanic, we're going to one-handedly put these things in the beer fridge. We're hydrating today, folks. And we are also installing a gas tank, hopefully. I'll show you. So inside that son of a bitch is a, there you go, gas tank. Now, as I may have told you, this guy has got two gas tanks. There's only one gas tank there. What are you doing? I'm only replacing one gas tank. I don't need two. It's a 20-gallon tank. I'm not hauling cattle. And that's the old bitch right there. Not that. Beyond that. That is the gas tank. So we're going to drop that out of there. See if we can make it fit. Why am I feeling like the gas tank I'm putting in there is too big? Well, we're about to find out. Shit. Good news. It is the correct size tank. Yes, that's a good thing. That shiny bastard right there is going to be the shiniest thing on this truck. Problem, we won't be installing it today. We'll be dismantling the other and taking the other one down, but we will not install that today because the sending unit that goes in the little hole here on top, yeah, that'll be here Monday. That's why we can't have nice things, because they don't ship at once. Bastards. Okay, we've learned a lesson on Not a Mechanic today. So these gas tanks are held on by like 8 bolts over here. They go on the frame. Once you loosen those bolts up, you can kind of shimmy the tank out of place, but it is still held onto by the hoses. Now, I had a hose cutter, and I cut the hoses here, and then there are hoses on top of the old sending unit there. Now, if you shimmy that thing loose, and you got it, and it's kind of sitting above you here, and you snap the old rubber hose from the top of the tank, well, what ends up happening is that entire tank just kind of falls right on your chest. Fortunately, it was empty. I kind of expected that to happen, but it was still a bit of a shock. There you are, old gas tank. You're like a bad kidney getting removed. Like, we had a lot of good times. I was going to do some joke, like, I don't know. I was trying to do a joke, and I fucked it up, so the gas tank's off. Today's edition of Not a Mechanic, ordering the replacement gas tank, getting that thing going, and then having the strap not be long enough. So you basically have to bend this thing down in order to get the strap to actually fit all the way around. And yes, there are two straps. They are both the exact same length. This one has to go here. Not a mechanic. Oh, you didn't hear all the swearing, but we got it. Now we put our little sending unit inside there and hook things up. All right, so we got the new sending unit on. We got all that set up. Now what we got to do, we're going to connect our hoses underneath, underneath, and then that way. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to bypass the old dual tank switch. And the way we're going to do that, you will see underneath here, that's the hose and line that I need to connect into. And it goes over here to, that little solenoid switch, which would switch between that tank and the other tank. Now, I am not hooking up this other tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to bypass these lines all the way up to here. And it's going to run rubber fuel line all the way there instead of running it through these, then having to figure out, is that working correctly? No. We're just going to go a little snip, 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 snip right there, run our hose right onto that, and it'll be magical. Will this work? Is it advised? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. All right. Here's where we are. It's up. It's on. Now, the old 20-gallon takes up a little more space. The old 15-gallon. We do have, we don't have metal rubbing on metal, so that's good. It's about as close as you can get. And, it's, may have been a rubber mallet to beat that guy over. But we're here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a Friday night edition of Not a Mechanic. All right, so what are we doing this weekend? This home bitch is not far from being able to start and drive out of here. One of the things that we do have to do is replace some brake lines. The brake lines are back there, but there's the main one that comes up over there. Anywho, amongst tearing things off of this and getting it from the trees, that brake line broke. So I'm going to see if that's the only one I got to replace. Got some stuff for it. A big thumbs up and thank you to Heather's Uncle Tom for providing me with this brake line tool, which I will learn myself how to do. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it's fine. They're only brakes. What's the worst thing that can happen if I don't do them well? Before I get started, I feel like I should do a little tour of what we've had going here for those of you that haven't checked it out in a while. All right, so we got carpet in and we have the trim, because you know me, pulling trim. That's a joke. Anyway, got to put the trim on, and then, I've got the little that go there. Those will look nice when they're on. Engine, pretty well taken care of. I do have a new gas tank in, so I can get rid of the auxiliary tank over there. Gonna need to do just a little bit of electrical work there, and then I can put the grill on. No, that's not the grill. I think the grill's over here. I have a grill. Here it is. Got it. Right there. Chevrolet truck 81, 82. Grille. It's Grille. It was made in Italy. Silver. Tri Plus. There you go. So that guy, it's a GM restorative part. We're going to put it up here because it goes there. This right here, that's the dash replacement. Get out of the way. Yeah, I got a fucking mess in here. That is supposed to just whoop, whoop, right on top of that guy. You're supposed to just take her and set her on there real nice. So, if anybody's watching this and thinking like, doesn't the Vice Grip garage guy do that? It's exactly what I'm doing. We got this seat ready to go in. So we got to get that going. And then most of the stuff that's over here needs to go back in somehow. I did take the digital dash out because one of the things I found out with those Dakota Digitals, there's 3 different sensors that come through those. One's for oil, one is for tack, and the other is speed. So there's 3 sensors that they give you. And those 3 sensors, they are all running, you can kind of see it, right through that little guy back there. Now, I have found out you shouldn't do that. Apparently, when I was going through and testing this a while back, I noticed like my tack was just jumping all over and like my fuel was jumping all over. And I thought, maybe it's a bad ground or something. No, apparently if you have all 3 of those running close to one another, the signal will interfere. So, gotta fix that because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah. And then we got these tires. Hold on. Well, flip her around. We got those. And I painted those a couple weekends ago. For those of you that say, oh yeah, I watch all your stories, but you're like, I don't remember you doing that. See, you're a liar. All right, so I've probably dicked around enough. I should get something. I got to accomplish something tonight because I have to work tomorrow, and then I'm doing this again tomorrow afternoon. And the goal is by Sunday night, we're going to right on out of here. All good projects, you have to have a plan. You have to feel like you accomplished something. So we're going to start with something very simple tonight to make sure we get this done and can say we accomplished something tonight. We're going to have a beer. And yes, I did that on purpose. So every female that is watching this, including probably my mom, Heather's mom, every mom out there went, oh my God, don't open that with your teeth. Do you know the amount of things I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing wrong with me. And the other thing we got to do before we get this night going, get everything taken care of out here, we got to make sure we set the mood. Alexa, play Sturgill Simpson. Do it. Do it.
Shuffling songs by Sturgill Simpson on Amazon Music.
Let's do this. All right, so got the brake line off. There's a little bit of brake fluid I leaked, but whatever. So now, this is the old line. And I basically need to go through and make that line out of the line I have and put a fitting on it, right? That's all you gotta do. That easy. I think I figured it out. You take this thing, it goes, through there. You take that, and it goes through there, up like that, and you go beep, 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 beep. And then, magically, you have new brake line. Right? Sir Bled got the, yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, I got a little brake fluid burning off. Oops-a-daisy. Otherwise, though, we're going. We're getting it. When I went to bleed the brakes, spilled some on the old manifold there, so we're going to let her burn off. Otherwise, gas tank's in, got brakes. Look at this. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah. All right, Snapchat, what the hell did we actually accomplish this weekend? All right, we've got this thing running independent now on the actual gas tank, so that's good. And we have gotten the brake lines bled. You can tell where those were sitting, couldn't you? It's right there on the old bald spot. So what's left? That's the big question. Because technically, if the apocalypse was coming, we needed a vehicle to get out of town, and there's nothing else, I could put tires on this thing and drive it out of here today. Now, there's a few things that we need to get fixed. Here's the list. We got to finish wiring the lights there, okay? In there, We got to separate those 3 sensors to different holes so that the tack doesn't bounce constantly, okay? What else do we got to do? We got to do some fine tuning on the carpet here. Need to find the hole so we can put the seat in right there. Put the old trim on. That won't take much. Finish wiring this sumbitch up. Got to get the heat, whatever, that thing. Got to get that in there. Do a little bit more wiring underneath there for the fan. And then back here, just got to finish wiring those lights. And those are pretty close to being done. So, we're getting closer. I was saying, just happy that I have an actual gas tank running actual gas through actual gas lines with the truck where you could push on the brakes and the brakes actually like move and stop things. Pretty happy about that. So we're getting there, kids. We're getting there. I've had enough for this weekend though, so we're gonna sign off for now and this weekend's edition of Not a Mechanic.